Hey guys, welcome into the DNVR Rockies Podcast. I'm your host, Suzie Hunter, and say hello to Tiff, who is producing for us today.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, she's so sweet. The sweetest little angel. Guys, what a weekend. Did you go to Rockies Fest? A lot of people did, and from my perspective, it seemed like a really big success, but we will talk about our takeaways from that because, of course, we, like the credentialed media, also got to catch up with some guys we've been dying to talk to. So that is what we'll talk about. There were some cool parts of Rockies Fest too. There was a garage sale. There was a ceremony for Todd Helton in McGregor Square. There were friendship bracelets. Like players were getting friendship bracelets that like they were still wearing when they came into the interview room. Like Charlie Blackmon and Chris Bryant came into the interview room for their media availability and they're wearing friendship bracelets. And they were like, okay, guess we're Swifties now. I have that video on my YouTube. And, you know, I'm aiming to have some sound for y'all for our next show. But we're going to break down. We need to talk about everything that happened. Personally, I left Rockies Fest feeling really good about where the team is at. And like in a way, we're like, it's like I feel a lot better than I felt a week ago. These guys, they're grinding. They're putting the work in. And we do have to remember a lot of the guys playing last season were so young and figuring it out. And they've lived it. They've attacked, you know, all the things they want to work on this offseason. And I think it's going to be, I think we're going to have fun. Tiff, I'm guessing, I know you're so busy, so I'm guessing you did not make it to Rockies Fest, but did you see anything about it on social media?
Nothing that you didn't post. Like, I follow your social media religiously for my Rocky content.
Thank you. Tiff is a team player. She's a company gal.
Through and through.
It's so funny. Yeah, like it was so many families, so many kids. The garage sale portion was hilarious because like they were just selling any retired signage you could think of because there's so much signage at the park, and like once that starts to fade, obviously they take it down, they replace it, they freshen it up. You know, you can't have like faded stuff all around Coors Field, but they don't throw that stuff out, they save it.
Oh yeah, it just goes into like a storage room.
Yeah, it just goes into storage, but I guess like storage is getting a little too crowded, but also it was such a fun opportunity to like just buy the most random things.
I can imagine.
I think we'll show you more in a little bit. First off, I want to talk, Nolan Jones is the first guy we got to talk to. Second guy we got to talk to? It's all a blur now. But Nolan Jones is the first like current player we got to talk to. And of course he got so much attention at the end of this past season because of what he was able to do. And it was even more impressive, of course, because he was doing it at a position he had never played prior to the Rockies organization. And guys, I will get to all the comments. I see Henry in there. I will talk to you in just a sec. But yeah, Nolan Jones, one of the most interesting things he mentioned, he deleted Twitter off his phone at the end of this season, and he is absolutely loving it. He said he didn't want the distraction of just hearing what people had to say about him, good or bad. This is what he said, quote, "The best thing I ever did, I deleted Twitter. I went on Twitter for like 1 week this off season, but I do my best to stay off that stuff. You know, it kind of floods your brain a little bit. I think that everyone's got their opinion. There's people that think I'm terrible. There's people that think I'm good. So I think that for me personally, it helps me to stay away from that stuff."
How mature.
So mature. Wellness king. Mental health king. Nolan Jones.
Self-care king.
Self-care king. I loved that. I loved that not only is he of course has been putting in like the physical work, but he's putting in the mental work too. Apparently he's also been journaling. This is a new thing for him. He journaled his thoughts at the end of the season and revisited them right before coming back to Colorado for Rockies Fest. But this is a new addition. Just started doing it at the end of last season. He's found that writing down his thoughts has really helped him. So he said, quote, baseball is a game where I come in and I go 4 for 4 and it's the best I've ever felt. And then the next day I'm in the batting cage and it's like, I don't even know what I'm holding in my hands. It feels like a foreign object. So I think that writing down my thoughts and my feelings helped me get back to the 4 for 4 feelings and thoughts quicker. I love that 4 for 4 mindset. I love that. Yeah. And also, what else did he say? He's gotten, of course, part of why, he's been journaling, really like making sure he is aware of like what he's thinking and feeling. He got so much recognition that he wasn't even expecting. He told us, quote, I could have never dreamed of last year going the way it went for me. A year ago today, I couldn't see myself being in this position where people know who I am. And I think that's something that this weekend has just been awesome for me. So, of course, referring to the fans, seeing the fans had so much access during FanFest. Fans had more access than press did. I will make that so freaking clear. The Rockies made it clear, like, hey, you guys you're not bringing your cameras around and getting in everyone's way during FanFest. They didn't say that. I'm assuming that is like the vibe. Because, of course, people pay for FanFest. They don't get to see these players like we get to see them every day. So, yeah, like, keep us out of the kids' Q&A. I wanted to go to the kids' Q&A just because of, like, I want to see what the kids are asking. Like, those little geniuses.
What's your favorite dinosaur?
Right? Like, I would have loved that, but it wasn't for us. It wasn't for us. It was for the fans. The fans did love it. I will say, I see Henry in the chat. When's the last time Rockies Fest was sold out, or was it the first time it was ever a sellout? That is a great question. We don't have that information yet. When I get that, I will let you know. Henry also added, seemingly the fan base rejoiced for a while after Helton was finally going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, and then it kicked in. Honestly, yeah, this was the perfect time for FanFest to come back because it guaranteed that level of excitement for all fans. Because again, a lot of fans are very frustrated right now with decisions that the front office has made, that ownership has made. And it's nothing necessarily against, the players that are here currently. But it's certainly a lot easier to get even more hype when you know that your favorite Rocky of all time just got elected to the Hall of Fame. Hell yeah. So yeah, Nolan Jones, we'll get back to him. He was talking about all the work he's putting in. He said, quote, I worked a lot in the outfield. It's something I talked about all last year was I needed to be a better outfielder. So that was something I really prioritized this offseason. I'm feeling really good. I'm in a good spot. This offseason, my plan was to be the best outfielder I can be. That's something I've attacked every day. And we'll get into some more of the specifics of like what he noticed that he wanted to work on, what he noticed he had to work on. Of course, the first thing I had to ask, it was the second thing I asked him. I was like, Nolan Jones, like, are you going to make it to the Nuggets Sixers game after this? Because at this point, it's like maybe about 3:00 that we're talking to him. Half hour till tip off. No, he did not. Apparently they had to book it out of there pretty quickly. So yeah, we saw about as much of Nolan Jones at the Sixers game as we saw from Joel Embiid. Yeah, I'll roast Embiid a little bit for not showing up or not playing. I liked his outfit. I would have liked a Sixers uniform a little better. Apparently, the NBA is supposed to review the Sixers' decision to have Joel Embiid sit out against the Nuggets, according to reports I just saw on Twitter.
I do wonder, like, from a Philly fan perspective, like, if you went to that game fully expecting to, like, see Embiid play, wouldn't you be furious?
Yes, obviously. I mean, you know what? He is a big name. He is such a famous player. He is a player that people definitely want to see. But also, like, when I heard that he was sitting out, I was like, I'm 0% surprised. Like, I don't think at this point I would go to a Nuggets Sixers game in Denver and like actually expect to see Joel Embiid. But like, I really don't know what's going on at this point. I don't know. James in the chat, what's Susie's favorite dinosaur? Could I even name a dinosaur? Well, I didn't know if you meant breed or favorite dinosaur as a person. Please clarify your question in the chat. I love a Stegosaurus. Love a good necky gal, you know? Dinger's obviously my favorite dinosaur of all time. I liked Barney. I was actually very into Barney as a kid. So, purple dinosaur life, babe.
Land Before Time.
Go. Well, I actually, you know what? I've never watched The Land Before Time.
It's okay. You don't need to. It's sad.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I didn't need to be bummed out as a kid, and I certainly don't need it now. Let's look forward to the next season, though. Nolan Jones had some great things to say about what we can expect. First of all, he was saying how just seeing all those fans being in it on Saturday, he said, quote, all these people coming out, it kind of motivates us. And that is exactly what we love to see. And again, we haven't had a Rockies Fan Fest since 2020. I think I keep saying 2019 because, who can keep the year straight after the pandemic? I certainly can't. But Nolan Jones added, I think we made some additions that are really going to help us. I got the opportunity to play with Cal Quantrill in Cleveland a little bit, and I think he's going to thrive here. He's got nasty stuff, and he's unbelievably smart. Oh, we love a smart pitcher. We love a smart pitcher. We love all of our pitch. Obviously, we love any starting pitcher who can go out there, who has a pulse, who can stand on the mound, and maybe pitch for most of a game. We'll take what we can get. And also, we will get into some of what we know about what the rotation's going to look like. We'll get into a little bit of that in just a second. But first, I want to shout out our friends at Circle K. Are you part of the Inner Circle? I am. Are you part of the Inner Circle? Tiffany's nodding her head. She is part of the Inner Circle. It is totally free to be a member of the Circle K Inner Circle. All you have to do is use the QR code right here on your screen, or if you're listening to us, there's a link in the bio. Use the QR code or the link. Enter in your email or your phone number to fully enroll yourself. And after that, all you need is a phone number to get your deal. So you're going to go get your gas. You're going to type in the phone number and they're going to be like, oh, hey, you're getting deals. What are the deals? Your first 5 full fill-ups of gas are 25 cents off a gallon. What an incredible deal. Every 5th Polar Pop you get, that is free. And then every 6th of pizza or things from the Roller Grill or beverages, donuts, every 6 of those free for several of them. You'll find all of the details at circlek.com/inner-circle. Again, the QR code and the link takes you to that. That's where you can get some more information. They have a little fun thing going on. You can get a free Polar Pop of any size from any Colorado Circle K by texting the letters DNVR to 31310. That's DNVR, like the name of this company, like the name of the show. Text that to 31310. Message data rates may apply. Periodic reoccurring messages per month. Terms and conditions can be reviewed at circlek.com. Roger, hello. Good to see you. James clarified. We were talking about Dinger. We talking about Dinger? We talking about practice? Guys, let's shout out our friends at Bet365 because at Bet365, they don't do ordinary. They believe every sport should be epic. And right now, new customers can choose between 2 offers when they open an account with Bet365. Use code DNVR365 to sign up and drop $10 in there. You can choose between a bet and get, where you can place a bet of $5 or more and get $150 in bonus bets, or a first bet safety net. So you can place up to $2,000 on something. And if that qualifying bet loses, you will get a matched refund in bonus bets. I personally love that. I feel like maybe some of my friends could use that, but it's for your first bet only. It's for when you try it, not for when you're... Yeah, exactly. Okay, so yeah. What a great deal, you guys. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. They've got a great Tuesday night NBA offer, too, if you place a $50 bet or more on a pregame or live in-game same-game parlay, or a parlay on any NBA game on Tuesday, and get $25 in bonus bets to use across any sporting event. And, we'll talk about some really cool lines coming up for baseball in a second. But at Bet365, they don't do ordinary. Every day they are powering up the odds. But download the Bet365 app, use code DNVR365 when you sign up, and check out their boosts to see why it is never ordinary at Bet365. Just so you know, must be 21 or older and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. But again, 21 or older, got to be in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. I want to talk about, we haven't checked on the baseball futures in a little bit, but Bet365 has some lines that have me hype. James, who is Susie's favorite hunter in sports? Maybe right now it's Hunter Goodman. I think it is too. But also, he is getting a little bit of attention in these lines that I found on the Bet365 app. So we're, of course, looking at National League Rookie of the Year. The guys with the best odds are guys that, will be new to Major League Baseball, but are definitely not new to baseball and have definitely been playing professionally for a little bit. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, he's got plus 175 odds. Jung-Hoo Lee at 800, but Hunter Goodman on the list. You can bet on Hunter Goodman to win National League Rookie of the Year. He's got plus 3,300 odds. So I love seeing him in the mix. Also, another Rocky in the mix. We're talking about NL MVP. The best odds, of course, Ronald Acuna Jr. He is at plus 450. Shohei, we now see Shohei's name in all of the National League award possibilities. Shohei Ohtani is at plus 600. You could also bet Shohei versus anyone at minus 1,000 odds. But Nolan Jones is in the mix, kind of lower on the list. He is at plus 20,000 odds for Rookie of the Year. For National League MVP, he did land a 4th place in National League Rookie of the Year voting, which we love to see. It's just nice that a Rocky got a little bit of attention. A little bit of attention, we will take what we can get. Because we talk about this all the time. Please, I am a broken record. The national media coverage the Rockies get, not always fair, if at all. Teams. People love to forget about the Rockies. Some of them live right here in Denver. Of course, at the top of the American League Cy Young race, Garrett Cole at plus 500. Anyone else interesting in here? Obviously, I'm not as excited about the American League. But, yeah, let's see. What are the World Series odds right now? Right now, the Dodgers have the best odds to win the World Series at plus 400. Can we even bet on the Rockies? The Rockies are second to last in that list. Plus 15,000 odds if you want to bet on the Rockies to win the World Series this year. We got worse odds than the White Sox. That's insulting. I'm actually mad about that. Who can I talk to? Who can I complain to about Bet365 for this atrocity? Yeah. Dodgers up there. Braves have plus 650 odds. Houston Astros have plus 1,000 odds. So did the Yankees. The Yankees ain't doing shit. That is crazy. Yeah. The fucking Yankees aren't doing ass. Okay. I'll get over it. Hey, Roger added 59 days until spring training. I think it's a little sooner than that. Spring training starts less than 3 weeks or less than 4 weeks from now. A little more than 3 weeks from now. Did you mean opening day, Roger? Because that's adding up in my head. Yeah, we're inching closer. Let's get into a little bit of Rockies news, a little bit of some things that we learned also while at Rockies Fest, because we did get a chance to talk to Bill Schmidt and Bud Black together at the same time. And again, we'll get into this. We're going to talk more about everything they said in a later show. But we did get some hints at who we can expect to see on that Major League spring training roster. We haven't seen that roster yet, but we know they're working on it and we know it's growing. We can expect to see Jordan Beck, Zach Veen, Benny Montgomery. Those are guys we're definitely going to see. Kind of no surprises there. I did see Zach Veen. He didn't have media availability. He was doing a lot of FanFest activities. I saw him at the Starbucks by the ballpark when they were getting ready to fly out. He had a suitcase and my favorite thing was he also had a ton of friendship bracelets. And I was like, okay, like how old were the kids that were giving you these? He was like, I got this from someone my age. Like it's an all ages activity. And I love that. I absolutely love that. We are going to get the broadcast announcement coming soon. Apparently like all of the talent from before will be invited back to work. But I don't know who's going to come back. We don't know if they're getting paid the same rate. Yeah. So who knows who's actually going to come back? Like, I just think there's a lot of like sloppy reporting going on out there right now. So I want to just like, iron that out. Got a little update on some of the timelines on our injured starting pitchers. Marquez really does have the better chance to actually come back this season. But Bill Schmidt reminded us that, Antonio Sensatella, he got his Tommy John in like May. It's actually more realistic for us to expect him doing some minor league rehab assignments in September. But yeah, he did have that surgery later than Marquez. And I think we kind of forget. The timeline. In some Rockies adjacent news, Cole Tucker signs a deal with the Mariners. He's officially not ours anymore. I am devastated. I am truly, truly devastated. Some more fun moments from the weekend. Tiff, I don't know. Can you pull up the tweet? Here's a picture from Steph, who co-hosted this podcast on Friday. And also such a fun episode. I had a really good time. Oh my gosh, it's making you sign in. No, it's fine. It's fine. But Steph found this at the garage sale, a cardboard cutout head of Joshua Fuentes. Yeah. It was like he was at the bar with us. I thought that was really fun. So yeah, like so many random things at that garage sale. I loved every second of it. I'm also a hoarder. I was like, should I like get this like random Rocky from random like the lineup card cutout? Yeah. Like there's so many life-size cutouts from like team photos from like 20 years ago. It was very random. The Todd Helton celebration in McGregor Square, that is also a thing that actually happened at 417. It was at 417 because it was for number 17. Wordplay. Again, it was super brief. They played a video montage of Josh Rawitch announcing Todd Helton's name. But something I really loved, DNVR got a feature. Yes, because one of the first clips they played was of the celebration that we had, not the celebration, the watch party we had at the bar on Tuesday.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
So yeah, Josh from the Rockies was here, got that footage, and I'm like, yes, thank you for showing it to everyone who is in McGregor Square. I was really happy to see that personally, because also I know that it meant a lot to the people in this building. Also, it was really fun. Todd Helton crashed some Q&A sessions that he wasn't even slated to be in. So if you were in those sessions, you got a really pleasant surprise. And that's fun. I'm like ready for the season. I'm so freaking ready. I might start looking up tickets at Game Time, but you don't have to look that far in advance. You can look as close as right before first pitch, like within that hour. But we use Game Time all the time here at DNVR. I hate planning, so I love getting last minute tickets. And listen, you're gonna get the best deals. One of my favorite parts of the app is that you can see the view from your seats. So there's no guessing game. Not everyone has an encyclopedic knowledge of the layout of every stadium, arena, ballpark. I don't even have that. But I actually think I'm pretty close, but Game Time makes it so that I really don't have to retain all of that all of that useless knowledge. But Game Time is the only ticketing app that gives you complete peace of mind with your purchase. They are kind of obsessed with finding new ways to help you save money on tickets. And with they've got these things called zone deals. You can pick the section and Game Time picks the seats, and you're going to save an average of 18% in this economy. Yeah. Yeah. And at Game Time, they have this thing called the Game Time guarantee, which means you'll always get the best price. So if you find tickets in the same section and row for less, Game Time will credit you back 110% of the difference. So here's what you have to do. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code DNVR for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply, but again, creating the account is the first step. Use code DNVR. Get 20% off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. Roger in the chat, Zach Hampel might have a view of all. No, just the section where like there are elderly ushers for him to yell at. I will never forgive him for being so rude to one of our people who works at Coors Field, who's worked there for a long time. Like, so rude. Yeah, he like yelled at someone. He like yelled at an employee. And I'm just like, I'm pretty sure you're not welcome back. You are not welcome back. Who else do we have to shout out? Oh, we got to talk about our friends at Breck Brew. They are our OG, our official craft beer of DNVR. Breck Brew has a beer for any occasion. If you are at the bar, by the way, ask your bartender what the beer of the month is, because it's a mystery beer. Apparently. It's not the Christmas ale anymore, I'll tell you that. But Breck Brew has a beer for any occasion. There's no better way to watch a game than with an ice cold Breck Brew and an ice cold glass in your hand. Try some of our favorites. Don't forget about the Avalanche Amber, the Mile High City, Broncos Country Pale Ale, Funslinger, the Good Company Hard Seltzer. We got a lot of these on tap. But check out the beer locator at breckbrew.com to find a brew near you. Wappleganger in the chat. Suzie, I walked by all you guys at Rockies Fest, but you looked like you were on a mission, so I didn't say hi. We probably were on a mission because, again, we were not in the fan fest itself. We only had like a finite amount of time to chat with the guys we wanted to chat with. So yeah, I was probably either rushing to the interview room or rushing out of there so I could get to McGregor Square in a timely fashion.
But Suzie is a big fan of just the drive-by hi. Just, hi, Suzie. Bye, Suzie. Just, yeah. You
Love
can
that.
always do that.
Love that. Yeah. Always yell my name if you see me. Like, so many words sound like my name, though. Like, when people say, excuse me, like, if, like, they're mumbling it or, like, they're far away, like, it sounds like they're saying Suzie. It's very frustrating. It's so hard to be me, you guys.
Yeah. I hear that, too, with, like, the end of, like, an if. Like, any sort of word. I'm like, if. I'm like, what?
Oh, my gosh, you're so right. Or, like, if someone's talking about a plaintiff. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my goodness. All right. Let's talk about Todd Helton, who was kind of a big source of a lot of the excitement at FanFest. You could tell he looked so tired too, because he was at his home in Knoxville in Tennessee on Tuesday. He was in Cooperstown like the next day. And then they all had to go out to Denver. So of course, like, his whole family came with him everywhere, which was actually like part of what was so fun about this week for him. He's loved sharing these moments with his family because, like, you know, they all get to do this thing together. He mentioned like, oh yeah, his youngest daughter was too young to really remember his playing career. So Like she kind of gets to see those moments now. Like obviously they're being played on like the big screen in McGregor, and like the stories are coming out, and like so it's been fun for him to get to experience this with his family. He said, quote, "I'm with them a lot more so we can experience this together, which is cool. I want to experience it with my family and with my friends and with the fans." So sweet. So freaking sweet. He loved showing up here in Denver, by the way. He said, quote, "When I got out of the car at the hotel last night, people were cheering and yelling. It's very surreal because I owe the Rockies fans for being there for me, for getting up when I didn't want to play, and just being great fans."
I love that.
And he like kind of said that too, like on MLB Network. So it's like he said that a couple of times. He's like thanked the fans in Colorado for always hyping him up when he needed it the most. That makes me happy. That makes me happy. That he's like made a point to say it a couple of times. All right, so we were mentioning how he crashed some of the Q&A sessions. I know the one that he crashed sitting right next to Clint Hurdle, who was scheduled to be in that Q&A. But they've obviously worked together for a very long time. They're legit besties. We love that. So they obviously still work together a lot. They are both working for the Rockies organization now. He said, quote, "Clint, not only was he a great coach, manager, and mentor, but he's a better friend. And even when he was the hitting coach, when we were down there in the cage, we did a lot more talking about life, marriage, friendships than we ever did hitting and pitchers." Besties. Love it. Love it. He spoke a lot too about, what it means to be a good teammate, what it means to put your team first. So overall, super fun talking to Todd. We'll have some video of that coming this week, so keep your eyes peeled. I'm excited. I mentioned this at the start of the show. I'm so hyped for this season now. I can't wait for spring training. Can't wait to get down there. I'm like I don't have my flights booked yet, but like now I'm looking. I'm pretty hype. And again, it was great to see such a big turnout. It was really cool to see the different things that the Rockies had for us. It was a good time. It was a good time. I also still have the Bet365 open on my phone, and it keeps like refreshing. So fun stuff. Yeah, nothing else new in here that I needed to see. Is there? Let's find out. You can bet on the College World Series on this. That's hilarious. They're just kids. They're just kids. Well, they've got boosts. You can boost if you want to bet on the Dodgers to win the World Series. It's plus 400 now. You can boost it to plus 450 if you're feeling really confident. I'm not. I wish I could. Who's up to win their division? Who is up to win their division? Braves, of course, are the best bet to win the NL East. They are at minus 250. Phillies are at plus 290. Very interesting. What do we have? Where's my NL West? Where are you? Okay, there you are. All right, Dodgers have minus 375 odds to win the division. They've won it almost every year for my entire life. The Rockies, this is messed up. This is so messed up. So everyone's kind of around the same, like the Diamondbacks plus 700, Padres plus 850, Giants plus 900. Do you want to guess what the Rockies odds are for winning the NL West?
I'm going to say plus 1,200.
Plus 12,500.
Oh
this is rude. This is fucking rude. I love it. 12. Oh my gosh. I'm like offended. At least they don't have worse odds than the Oakland Athletics have to win their division. I can live with that. But will I sleep well? Probably not. Probably not. Okay, moving on. Closing thoughts. Man, also, yeah, thanks guys for being in the chat. Roger adding, I think he's talking about Zach Campbell. Yeah, he rubs the wrong with a lot of folks. He rubs the wrong way with a lot of people. We are doing tongue twisters today, you guys. Tongue twisters. Tiff, what else are you producing today?
I got Avs later. We're on All-Star break, so it's a lot of just
already
mailbag, and yeah, we had a signing right before the takeover last Friday, so we'll be talking about that mostly today.
How was the takeover? Because yeah, after my show closed out, there were already so many people at the bar. Like I couldn't believe that it was a 7:00 game, and like so many people were already just like there. So it was like, oh wait, it's a takeover day.
It was
it was Pride Night, right?
I didn't go, but it was a blast. Rudo came back, seeming like he had a great time. He got tarps off at one point, so must have been a fun time. But even at the bar, like even though Takeover left, there were still plenty of people at the bar, and it was still such a vibe. It was so fun. It was Pride Night. Like it was a good time.
I love that the Avs like clapped back at like the probably super hateful messages they got. I mean, I've been on the internet
every year, and they do such a good job every year of just being like, no, this isn't. We're not throwing anything in anybody's face. We're just having a night. We're just having a night of celebration.
It's just trying to be inclusive. Just trying to be inclusive. Colorado is steamrolling. Is he talking about the Avalanche?
I hope so.
Are they steamrolling?
They're pretty. Yeah, McKinnon putting up MVP. Heck yeah, man. Let's hope so.
Let's go. Hey, James in the chat. Maybe I should put $1 down on the Rockies to win their division. You have only $1 to lose.
I know, right? Like you might as well.
And 12,000 of them to gain.
Yeah, you might as well.
I might go through and just make all the like craziest underdog bets I can find. Maybe we'll talk about it again on Wednesday, because that is when this show will be back right here on the DNVR Sports YouTube channel at 12:15 Mountain Time. That's the vibe. That is the vibe. Again, I'm wearing glasses all week because I'm getting LASIK on Thursday. And yeah. So Friday's show is going to be pre-recorded, just a heads up. I'm not supposed to be like looking at screens the day after. Like you can see and stuff, but like you're not supposed to.
Lights.
You're not supposed to be under studio lights or like staring at screens. Like it's just it's not gonna help you. Roger McKinnon putting the M in MVP. Is he doing the most? We love to see it. Tiff, we love when you produce a show. Where can we follow you on social media?
I am on Tiffany with an I _Tano on Twitter and Instagram.
We love it. Same on all platforms. I'm at the Suzie Hunter on all platforms, guys. So you can follow me there and keep up with all of the latest Rockies stuff at DNVR _Rockies. Because if stuff's going down, we're going to update you on it. And Tiff, you know what I like to say about closing out a show?
What do you like to say?
I like to say that's baseball. And that's our show. We will be back on Wednesday. Talk to you then.
We all silly like the mayor.